The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
So is it a relief with the judge's determination today?
It is. It's good to always get to the next step and get the city authorized to go in and abate the nuisance.
And how long do you think this is going to take?
It'll probably take a few weeks. We've already determined that we're not able to do it with the resources that we have, so we're going to look to an outside contractor to come in and either perform the work entirely or assist us with it.
And explain to me the classification of the items you found back there. Some might say, okay, these are just parts, but you really didn't see that. You saw something quite different.
I didn't, and more importantly, I think our ordinance has a pretty broad definition of litter, which includes vehicle parts, regardless of condition, building materials, demolition debris, things like that. So we typically don't get into the debate of whether or not it has value or not. It's just things that can't be located on the outside of residentially zoned property.
And describe for me a little bit about what you saw.
It was a little bit of everything, from rotten tree limbs to car parts to porch posts to a huge accumulation of tires and everything in between.
In fact, there was a shed that was full of tires?
There was, yes.
I mean, describe it to me. How many did you think were in there?
It's difficult to, by the arrangement, it's difficult to say, but there had to be well over 100. It was probably a 10 by 10 shed, and it was stacked completely to the top. In fact, the tires were spilling out of the front door of the shed.
And in fact, the judge seemed concerned about the tires that were out in the open.
He was, yes. Yeah, and that sort of speaks to the purpose of the zoning ordinances and the nuisance ordinances in a lot of cases, in that those things do harbor diseases, whether it's tall grass or accumulation, rodents, disease-carrying insects, all kinds of things tend to live in those accumulations.
And the judge was also clear that he would want the cooperation of Mr. Christ.
That's correct, yes.
So that's a key component to this case because the city has tried to work with him in the past?
That's correct. And as a matter of fact, in this particular case, we've issued 4 different citations over a number of years for the same violation. So this wasn't a new case by any means.
And this most recent ordinance violation that you notified him of, you gave him an extension of the usual time to clean up?
I did. We would normally give 7 days, but we knew that wasn't a reasonable amount of time given the vast volume of stuff that we saw back there.
And this really is about the community as opposed to one person in particular.
It definitely is, yes. And this was kind of the first case that we've taken to this length. But I think you'll see a lot more of this going forward with the new administration and the new legal team.
And what is the call to action with the new administration?
Well, I think this case probably is a better example than any we could have even thought of, in the fact that, let's say over the last 10 years, we've issued 4 tickets, and those have led to no cooperation. It hasn't led to any noticeable change on the property. The defendant may have been fined, may have received fines, but yet the violation continues to exist. So we're to the point now that we're not even as worried about that as we are in just making a noticeable change for the neighbors on this property.
And because neighbors have expressed concerns to you?
They have, yes.
And that's really how this case started?
That's correct, yes.
So it wasn't the city was just going around looking for people to fine?
No. The city does do a degree of proactive inspection now, but by and large, most of our cases come to us by way of complaint.
What message do you think this sends to other property owners who have received similar notifications?
I think they need to take the notice seriously. There's a very good chance that it will follow the same course. So our main objective is to obtain compliance and cooperation. So if you receive a notice and there's some extenuating circumstance, contact us as soon as you get the notice. We want to work with you. We want to try to resolve this without having to go this route. But if we have to go this route, then we certainly will.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.